Well, hi there, guys. This is Don with Pa's Garden Journal. Going to be a little bit different this morning. I'm going to was out walking around looking at flowers and all that kind of stuff, enjoy my morning, and I decided I'd just go ahead and bring you along and walk right through some of this and take a look at what's happening around here this morning. This first week of April, so I'm going to call this an April update, and we'll look at some winter projects that's finishing up. We'll also look at some things that are coming alive and getting ready for this spring season. And that could be flowers, it can be muscadines, blueberries, figs, those kinds of things that we got going on out here. So I'll give you some updates on all of that. And then also we're going to take a look at some chickens. We haven't done that, I don't think, except to show a hen house from a distance. But as we look at this, later on in the video here, I'll show you some chickens. I got some new babies too that are coming along, about 4 weeks old now. So we'll have some fun with those, watching them. And just stick in there with me, and hope to have you toward the end of this thing. We'll close it all out. But here's my April update for you. As I'm out here working today, thought I'd update you on the garden. I finally got all my, on the front half of the garden done. I finally got all my black woven weed fabric put down, got the tomato trellis ready. I even got that row in for the flowers, if you've been following along with me. So we got that done. The other thing I wanted to show you, as I try to give a few updates, here are the raised beds I built for my potatoes. And finally, there's signs of life showing up. I've got these in one box, and then I've got these in another box, and the other two boxes also have some, but not this many. So it's just been a couple here and there. But that's the update on my potatoes. This is the first week of April, so this is where we are right now. I'm out here working to get some other things done. I'll update some other things here shortly. Another thing I'd update with you are my blueberries. All down this row here, you can see they're all absolutely loaded with blossoms. Again, just the first week of April. And I'm hopeful from the forecast that we're hearing that there's not going to be any frost in the next week or so. So hopefully by then, these blooms will have time to set the berries, and it won't really matter if we get a frost. So there's another couple down that way. So that's, blueberries are looking good. Boy, if they all make it, that's going to be a crop right here off of this one plant. So I'm excited. More on this one later as we follow along with it. While we're out in the garden area, we'll move over to the fig trees. I've got two varieties of figs. One is the Olympian fig. And as it's putting out leaves, lo and behold, there's a little fig right on top of that stem. Amazing. I also have a variety of brown turkey. I've got two of these trees around the yard, and they look exactly the same as this one. As we take a look back at the garden area, I've noticed on the back half here, I've taken up the winter tarps I had covering everything on the back half. And now you see the walkways that are still covered, and the bare soil will be where I plant my seeds. I'll be putting down a fabric with the planting holes on them after I put down some compost and some fertilizer. So we're about ready to start planting here in another few weeks. While we're in the garden area, I've got one more thing to show you. My muscadines are starting to wake up, and if you'll notice, as I look down through here, I found out last year, your new muscadine berries grow on your new wood. And if you pruned them and cut these all the way back to that main shoot right there, if you look at this, there's no new leaves popping out anywhere. All the leaves that are popping out are on the pieces that I left sticking out 2 to 3 inches. So there's going to be a lot of new growth on this vine this year. Now we're going to turn our attention away from the garden and walk out the gate here. And right next to the gate is this little area. We have a seating area along this flower bed, and as you can tell, I still got leaves piled in here, and I probably will leave them in here all year. As we come down through here, here's one of my favorites, waiting on it to really get in full bloom, and that's a naturalized azalea. We've had this a couple of years. The deer try their best to eat it all, but they don't get it all. Here's some Solomon seal. This is bordered with some Lenten roses. Got some few hostas coming up. And this is just at the end of that bed. You look down through the backyard there, and my future projects, my shop. These bags of daylilies here, donated by my brother and sister-in-law. Thank you very much. Here's my azaleas I've transplanted from my mom years ago. Again, this bed has not been touched this year as yet. This is all stuff that's coming back from what I had planted last year. There's another hosta. Some ferns. As you look around, there's some Solomon seal, and as you continue on down, just to turn around and get another look at it out across the whole bed, you get a feel for how big. And this is all shade. This big oak tree keeps this totally 100% in the shade all summer long. But you got some hostas here in the front. There right corner, some bluebells. So this is going to be pretty in just a few weeks. Who said I had chickens? Okay, this is a chicken tractor I made. I guess this is my second year using this. I've put them outside today because it's a beautiful day. I'll let you get down here. I've got these 3 in the front and 1 back over there in the back. My full grown hens that are laying. And I moved them over here to this fresh grass and let them munch between my muscadine vines, underneath my muscadine vines, and get all this cleaned out between the posts while it's a beautiful day. And I will be putting them back in the hen house shortly. And speaking of the hen house, let me show you this while we're at it. They're just a little hop, skip, and a jump. And this is the hen house. And this is their run area out here beside it. And the hen itself, the hen house, is right here up on post. And if you look right here, I got a fresh little crop of babies coming. These things are now, I want to say, 2 weeks old. Okay, through the magic of these videos and editing, we jump ahead about 2 weeks. I've got them outside now in the chicken tractor. I've moved it over next to the hen house, so the big girls can stay underneath there, and the young kids can be out here, teenagers, and let them get used to seeing each other. And they're adjusting real well. Like I said, they're 4 weeks old now, and it's time to start letting them be outside for a little bit every day. And with the pretty weather, they've been loving it. I come out a few times and they'd be just laying there just all stretched out, sunning themselves, I guess. But anyway, it's great. And I think they're going to just make some really good hens at some point in time. Well, while we're doing these April updates and I'm showing you flower beds, I'll show you this one. This is my lily bed along the back of the house, along the screened-in porch. You've got a gardenia there, and I've not done any work on this bed at all this year since last summer. The leaves were from the fall. I did put those on there. Along with the mulch covering. So I've got lilies all in here that's coming up. There's a few weeds as well. But this is a big Chinese French lower petalum. There's a variety of it. But all these lilies, and then down this side as well, it continues on around to the birdhouse there and the bird bath. But these are all be in full bloom here shortly, and certainly I will come back and get another picture of that. So that's my lily bed. Okay, I'm showing you the bad with the good. This is one of my lily beds along the edge of my yard, and I call this one flower bed number 1 because it's the first one you get to when you come into the backyard. But what you see growing here, the long dead stalks are from last year. I have not been over here to work in this bed at all. But the big flowers you see coming up to the right hand side there are tiger lilies, and that's what those long dead canes are from. It's from last year's growth. Also along in front of them I've got irises, and the bearded irises are just a good mixture of irises. You see some daffodils that are finishing up, but as you get down through here, you get past the tiger lilies. Then I've got some swamp lilies that'll be bright yellow, and then I've got a crepe myrtle here in the middle. As we continue on down, you got the same type thing. You got the swamp irises, or swamp lilies, I'm sorry. And then you go on down to the end of this bed, and I've got some canna lilies. And the very end bush of this bed, when it finally gets to going, is a quince. It blooms a bright red in the early spring. And you see one little dead piece of red on there, I think, if you look closely. But that is the bed I have here, and like I said, I affectionately call it number 1 because it's the first one you see when you come in that gate back there to the backyard. Alrighty guys, well, that brings us back to where we started, and I'm gonna close it out with you this morning, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the April update, and we'll see again here in the next week or two as things continue to come alive and work gets completed. We'll definitely be coming along with all these things and have some videos for you. And so hang in there with me, and I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. And now guess what? I'm going back to that porch swing and enjoy my day. Beautiful. See ya.